here. Hey.
Hey. Hey everybody. We're here.
Say Hearth and Hammer General.
Welcome. It's good to see everyone again.
Virtually.
Virtually.
Yeah, so we asked for questions from you all and picked some that we're going to answer. And then we have all your names in this bowl, so anyone that submitted at the end will choose who wins a free candle.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get into it then.
All right, so our first question. What was our passion for starting a store like Hearth and Hammer General? Well, a lot of things. The first was that I personally knew I didn't want to have a boss and I wanted to work for myself. So I quickly realized that after college and started to think about what I could do. Then just kind of fell into candle making and that took off and followed that path. But there used to be a little store around the corner from my apartment called the Inkling Shop, and it's still there and you can shop from it online. And I just remember going to it and thinking, like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, this is her job. She gets to hang out in this cute store, starting to make cute stuff, and people come in and she has to help them find gifts. And I was just like, that seemed like the ideal job at the time when I was teaching and, you know, dealing with parents and just feeling very stressed. Someone asked, how did we choose our shop location?
Well, I remember it as I was driving actually through the parking lot one night, and we had actually looked at this space a couple of years ago, and it just happened to be driving through there just for fun. I don't know why.
Because we stalked every corner of this town.
We have.
Looking for a studio.
And then that night, saw a for rent sign up in the window, and was just like, oh my god, texted Annie immediately. Drove here the next night and parked out front, and we were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we were in there someday? And
looked in the windows creepily.
Yep.
To see what it looked like inside.
And then amazingly, we're kind of believers that if things fall into place, it's kind of meant to be. And a couple of phone calls, a showing, and a signature later, and we were sold in here about this time last year.
It was ideal because we get 50-pound boxes of wax, so we knew we needed something where it's easy to get stuff in and out. It was really important to me that moms could get their strollers in and that it was wheelchair accessible because we wanted everyone to be able to visit. Oh, guys, this is
we got a caller.
COVID-19 works. Someone's here to pick up their order.
Hearth and Hammer General, this is Andy. Okay, perfect. We will have a little table right outside the door that'll be all set for you.
So we grab the bag and we put it outside. Okay, so yeah, so we wanted it to be accessible to everyone. We wanted people to be able to come in here. We wanted our studio and the store to be in one space. So it ended up being really perfect. And you can't beat parking spots outside and a parking lot.
And a ton of natural light, so
yes, because
awesome.
We were in a windowless box for a while. How do you pick your artisans for the shop?
You know, we're always looking for people with that high level of craft. Usually small makers, if possible. Like, it's really the folks that are kind of, I mean, I want to say similar to doing what we're trying to do with our candles, but really have honed in on their craft, are trying to just make a name for themselves, make things that are going to last for a really long time. So a lot of the stuff that we carry in the shop are either small batch items, made in the USA, or local makers, truthfully, also. So those are usually some of the deciding factors, at least when I'm starting to kind of look for products.
How has COVID-19 changed your business?
Oh.
Well, you just saw that now we're doing curbside pickup. So don't drink in the middle of it. Are you kidding? All right. Okay. All right. How has COVID-19 changed your business? Well, you just saw that we did, someone called in for a curbside pickup. So we're doing more curbside pickup. We're also shipping more than we ever have before. So we're super, super, super grateful that we were already set up to ship things because that's the way we had ran our business for 5 years, is solely shipping things to folks and doing shows. Luckily, what we invested in was a cardboard shredder and a paper tape dispenser and not new shelves because that's what we've needed. We've gotten to know so many more customers' names because we get to talk to you in Messenger. making the custom gift boxes for people. I've learned a lot about your families and your kids and what your jobs people do. So that has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, the number of days Andy has come home and just almost been in tears by how happy she's been just hearing your stories, and it's just really endearing. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, on the positive, weirdly it's brought us a lot closer to a lot of folks, so which
Yeah.
is ironic given everything going on, but it's been awesome.
We've really heard from the community that you want us here, and
Yes.
when we see repeat orders come in from people, it's like, I'm gonna start crying again, but like, it's really touching, and we know you can choose to support anything, and the fact that you order from us and go out of your way to do so when it's not even necessarily like easy at this point without our website being set up, it means a lot.
Yeah, totally.
Walk us through the process of making a candle. How do you choose the books and the scents? Honestly, in the beginning, the classic collection just kind of like came to me as an idea, fully formed. I knew that I wanted to feature my favorite classic novels, so I just made a list of them, and then I started to think about what were the key elements of them. For instance, Fahrenheit 451, you know, the big overall arching theme of it is that they burn books, so we decided to name it Burning Books, and then that became like the tagline for our business.
And we get a lot of comments on that, like, oh my gosh, like, how could you ever burn books? The whole tagline, burn candles, not books. Critical.
Yes, and that's why we choose to donate towards literacy projects, because we believe literacy is important and that no one should be censoring information. I let the book inspire what it should be, and then go through different scents and mix them until I feel that they smell like what I want to capture, and I can get obsessive like Tannis Root, where it took like months, and then it was like basically the time was done to sell it, but it's okay, it lives on.
Yeah.
So, what book do you want to create a candle for but haven't? In the beginning, we had a candle called Holden in New York that was inspired by Catcher in the Rye.
It was a good one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We quickly learned that it was infringing on copyright laws.
Don't break the law.
Yeah. Luckily, no one told us that. We had a lawyer friend that we asked, and they told us. I also love to make a candle inspired by To Kill a Mockingbird.
I lead by her, so.
I'm the reader here. What's your favorite candle scent?
I mean, mine's always been Long Winter's Nap. I mean, given my outfit, I think general disposition on life, I just like warm, cinnamony, dark, fire crackle. It's just the best. It's everything that I'd ever want in a candle and more, and we happen to make it.
Mine's the Raven. I basically made that candle for myself, so it's my dream candle. Anything in the works for a summer reed candle? Breezy, salty, grassy. Yes, so we are working on a new collection. It's going to be seasonally based and something that we can add scents to year-round. We're just working on the perfect packaging, outer packaging, as things have changed since we started planning this. We're realizing we're going to have to ship things more often, and so are all of our wholesalers. So we're just trying to be smart about that process. But yeah, when the store was open to the public, we had people smelling and giving us feedback, and a lot of you loved them. If you bought a Mother's Day box, that scent that's in there, the lemongrass, sugar, and blackcurrant, that will be part of this collection.
Sneak peek. Cool.
It's Natalie Brooks. What's up? Alright. I tried to make a candle and it tunneled versus burning evenly. What would cause that? If you have a candle that either you bought from someone or you tried to make yourself, and it is tunneling, meaning it's just going straight down and it's not burning wide, that means that the wick size is incorrect. Each vessel has a different diameter, and that determines what size the wick is inside of it. It's determined by the kind of wax, the oils you use. There's a lot of variables, which is why we do so much testing before we release new candles, which is why it takes a long time for us to release candle collections, because we don't just want to throw things out there and then have you all be disappointed. And so this is actually one of our testers right now for the new collection. That's why we give you candle care instructions.
It's important. We're not just making stuff up.
Yes, and you should trim your wicks in between. Andy never does.
I don't.
Okay. How do you balance your business with being a parent? We've been dividing days. Andy works in the morning. He's more of a morning person.
Yeah, I mean, it does work out well that I'm able to kind of balance in the morning, get my day going, usually crank through a lot of my actual day job activities, usually till about what is Ramona's nap time, which is when I come home, we have lunch, I get her down for a nap, and that's usually then when Annie comes into the studio, and then the end of my day is usually dependent on nap time. So some days it's longer, some days it's much shorter, but that's kind of the variables that we've been working with as of late.
Where did your daughter's name come from? Well, so,
got another caller.
Okay, where did your daughter's name come from? Ramona is named after Ramona Quimby from the Beverly Cleary series. We wanted to name her Ramona because we wanted her to be headstrong and resilient and funny and
And all of those things came true.
Yes, she is
Tenfold.
Exactly that. And then her middle name is Bixby, which is, she's named after the creek and the bridge in Big Sur. That was like our last kind of like big trip before she was born, and we drove up the coast of California and like the idea of her middle name being a place we could bring her to and say like, this is what your middle name is. If you could choose to do anything for one day, what would it be?
If I could do anything for a day, I don't have a good answer, but it'd probably be something creative. I feel like all I ever want to do, even on my free days, is just to go and either do printing or photography or shoot some videos. So whatever it would probably be something in that realm, but maybe taken to a more extreme degree if it was my wildest dreams. But yeah, I think it would have to be something that's still creatively focused, because that's pretty much all I ever want to do.
I think I'd like to go back and relive my recent trip to New York City before all this happened and go to the Met or, well, to a different art museum. I just miss going to coffee shops and art museums and reading my book amongst people but not talking to them.
So there's a lot about where we're at right now.
Yeah. Also,
I just want to go back to a coffee shop.
Yeah, and you're a Capricorn. You're just like, I would keep working on something creative.
Fun working.
Yeah. Last one, and then we'll pick our winner. What are your favorite Batavia spots? I love River's Edge. It's just a nice place to meet with friends. Really good food. When patio's open, it's beautiful.
And a great owner.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Melissa's amazing.
I think for me, I mean, as cliche as it is, I still love going down by the Riverwalk, particularly where you can still see the old Challenge Factory, and sometimes honestly just going down back over by the Challenge Factory. I think that's just one of those neat little strips of Batavia that still stands, that just, when you're back there, it feels like you can kind of imagine what Batavia was in the early 1800s. And it's just really cool back there, and that's part of the draw for us in the town, obviously, with creating all the Batavia-made stuff as well, that there's still a very strong presence of history, and I think just kind of being able to see that with the river, and that for me is one of my favorite spots. I just want to pause and say that I know I had a wild hair hanging over here, so we can get back into the video, but I'm just calling that out now, so.
All right. Should we pick the winner?
Let's do it.
Haley Marie 36
Woo!
on Instagram.
Way to go, Haley Marie.
So yeah, we'll reach out to you and you can pick your candle choice. Well, thanks for joining us. Make sure you check out the other exciting stuff happening for Second Friday's Batavia.
Hope you guys had fun. Maybe we'll do another one of these. Who knows? But thanks, you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh shit. There's a carpet. There's a carpet. We ship around the world. Oh, that little globe is gone. Maybe one more.
Thanks for joining us. We had much fun.
One serious one. Stay there, stay there. Shh.